Good evening, Dennis Burns, Fire Behavior Analyst for California Interagency Incident Management Team 2 with your KNP Complex update for October 17th. So as anticipated, with the cold front coming in, mainly dry, we did see increased activity on the fire. I would classify it as moderate, but let me start working around the fire, and then I'll talk to you about the areas where we had some activity today. So going up the west side all the way from Alpha all the way up through Union, still in patrol and suppression repair. That is progressing very well. We kept the patrol going on also up here along Park Ridge and then down to the General's Highway. Everything held in place where we wanted it to. We did see a little bit of activity by the Dorse cabin today in Dorse Creek area. Worked that out with aircraft. It didn't move over the line. It was just a lot hotter, a lot heavier fuels, which was expected. But our lines have been holding in place. Everything's looking really well. Not a lot of movement out here. We actually anticipated some movement up this drainage, but it didn't really happen. So we're looking good there. Coming down below the giant forest, this did a flanking run kind of along the rim. It got into kind of a snag patch and started throwing some spots. For those of you that are familiar with the area, the fire is between the top of the rim and the High Sierra Trail. We do have it plumbed. The fire is now in what we call backing alignment. It's just backing through heavy timber litter, not really pushing the crews or anything. What they're waiting for is just for the fire to back down to the trail where it will, and then try and snag it out so that the crews can safely get in there and mop it up. Coming out around this Division Lima Echo break where Redwood Meadow cabin is, the crews did get in there today and started wrapping the cabins. One of the cabins is pretty tall. They got the roof covered and the walls, but they couldn't do two of the peaks up underneath the eaves. They need a tall 24-foot ladder to get that done. However, the fire, and we worked this with aircraft also, is checked up on Cliff Creek. It has not gotten across, and not expecting that to happen tonight. The other area of activity was down here in Division Charlie. The fire did move along the east fork of the Cahuilla, made some flanking runs up towards Mineral King Road. The concern was for the people, and there were some people in Silver City not being able to egress through the fire area while that activity was going on. They were told that basically to shelter in place in Mineral King in case the fire did make a move. It didn't, fortunately. They did get a firefighter in there to escort them out. Aircraft were very effective of checking that up. There was also movement in the Atwell Grove up on top, being a wind-exposed ridge. So they also worked that with aircraft also. So that's pretty much what happened down here in Division Charlie. What we're looking for now is the cold front's coming in tonight. There's actually a potential for some moisture after midnight, 2 o'clock-ish in the morning. Not a significant amount, but what we're looking at is the relative humidity is going to come up significantly and probably stay that way most of the week. The other thing that we're expecting is, and we've seen this the last 2 times cold fronts have come in, is the cloud banks that it's associated with that moisture. Even though we don't get a lot out of it, it stacks up against the Sierra. And being up on top there where the fire is actually kind of like being at San Francisco in July. Real foggy, real cold, and that's we're looking forward to that because that will significantly moderate our fire behavior. So that's your October 17th update, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.